What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ty's Rides. So 2020 absolutely sucked. It was a really rough year for a lot of people. But right now, I kind of want to recap my 2020 and talk about why it didn't suck so much. First of all, guys, when the pandemic hit, it gave me a lot of free time to ride my bike. And riding my bike is probably my favorite thing to do. The next thing is there was one big gravel race this year, and that was MidSouth. And as crazy as that race was, I'm super fortunate to have been able to participate in it, and it's one that's gonna go down in history as maybe the toughest ever. After the races were shut down, people were looking for stuff to do. There was no way for them to compete, so me and my buddies came up with the COVID-19 Crusher. Now, this was a huge learning experience. We had never hosted a race. We had never put on a race. We knew nothing. We didn't know how to build routes with GPS. We didn't know how many people would show up. So we came up with this crazy idea, and we actually had 120 people participate in it while also supporting local businesses. In 2020, I also got to take an awesome vacation to Florida with my family. And during that time on that trip, I rented a beach cruiser. I had never ridden a beach cruiser before, and I learned that those things are pretty damn fun. Shortly after that trip to Florida, my girlfriend Kim got her very first real mountain bike, and she absolutely fell in love with mountain biking. We took some trips to Arkansas. We got to go check out Two Rivers Mountain Bike Park near Nixon, Missouri. So I was really stoked to see her fall in love with mountain biking because mountain biking is something that I also love to do. So like I said, during the pandemic, I took a lot of trips to Arkansas. On one of those trips, I actually ran into pro mountain biker Rich Drew. He saw me, he grabbed me, and he's like, Ty, we had met before. He's like, Ty, do you want to be the feature of my video, how to jump steep lips? So to give you some context on this, before he grabbed me for the video, he saw me attempt this double and about wipe out. I'm terrible at jumping, so I said, sure. We filmed the video. Within like 4 attempts, he had me clearing this double. So that was super awesome. Thanks, Rich. And then shortly after that, maybe 2 hours after that, you know, I was riding high from jumping steep lips with Rich Drew that I attempted a drop, the biggest drop I've ever attempted, and it didn't go so well. I had my worst crash ever on a mountain bike. But all in all, that was an awesome trip. In 2020, 2 of my best friends got into biking. My buddy Billy Hallgren, who lived in Des Moines at the time, he bought a road bike, so I headed up to Des Moines to go with him to pick up his bike, get fitted for his bike. And then me, him, and our other buddy Luke, we did a ton of rides around Des Moines, so that was absolutely awesome. And my other buddy, Zach Elgin, he got into biking. So right before the pandemic hit, my good buddy Dustin Stock bought a condo in Crested Butte. We got to go visit this condo, and we got to ride world-class mountain bike trails in Crested Butte, Colorado. That trip was absolutely insane. So as you know, a lot of the big gravel events for 2020 were canceled or postponed, but I still got to do some really awesome rides. My buddy, Mr. K, he organized some awesome rides out in like the Leavenworth and Wyandotte County area that I got to do. My other good buddy, Micah Gordon, he did some Casey urban gravel rides down by the levee that I got to do with him, which were absolutely awesome. I got to celebrate Reese Fowler's birthday in Northwest Arkansas, riding Little Sugar. And then after that, immediately after that, our buddy Derek McKay took us out on his boat to do water sports. That still may be the most epic day ever. And to top off 2020, I got to go home for like 10 days and spend a ton of time with my family in St. Louis. I got to ride some of the best road riding that I feel Missouri has to offer, some of the most beautiful roads. So that was pretty freaking awesome. So all in all in 2020, and I had to write down these numbers, I went for a total of 306 bike rides, spent a total of 700 hours and 7 minutes pedaling a bike, rode 9,146 miles, and climbed a total of 507,529 feet. So even though I only participated in one gravel race in 2020, I would still call that a pretty amazing year as far as cycling goes. By far my biggest year yet. For 2021, I've already got a few gravel races on the calendar. I plan on doing a lot more mountain biking. I may buy a small camper here in the next few weeks, so doing some traveling and biking with that. So that should be fun. But as my buddy David Kohler once said, it's not about the miles, it's about the smiles. So guys, I am very goal driven. I think it's awesome to set goals. I set a lot of mini goals. That being said, I think that sometimes if you focus too much on the miles, and you get obsessed with the mileage, you can kind of lose sight of what's really important, and that's about having fun. So I think if you're gonna set goals and you wanna be a mountain biker, you wanna be a gravel rider and kind of do it all, focus on the hours. Set an hourly goal and go for it. I'm stoked to see what 2021 brings. And remember guys, if you have not already done so for some reason, hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Have a good one.